Denny Blanco, last week we had the show about who would you have going to Super Bowl 58. You had Baltimore, you had San Fran. You were 50% correct. We got San Fran going on. But we have the defending reigning champion Chiefs to go up against San Fran. They defeated Baltimore. The presumably MVP of the year, Lamar Jackson. Great year for him in Baltimore, but they did not get it done. I keep telling people, if you want to beat a man, got to beat the man. You got to knock out Mahomes and Kelsey. That's a great franchise, dynasty in the making. So we have KC, San Fran. What did you make of these two games? And ultimately, who you have to win the whole thing now? Because you have Baltimore winning. So now that's out. So you got San Fran, or does Pat Mahomes get ring number 3?
Shout out to Patrick Mahomes, man. I told you my little soliloquy, my little thing that I hit with Lamar before we left. I said, if Lamar has the ability to win MVP and beat Patrick Mahomes on the way to the Super Bowl, he's that guy.
Right.
I said, if he had the ability. Stumbled upon the way, unfortunately. And now, Patty Mahomes, my homie,
that's right,
is another step away from winning. I think another Super Bowl ring. If the Kansas City Chiefs in the last 6 years don't remind you of a dynasty, I don't know what is, or what looks like a dynasty. If Kansas City doesn't remind you of a dynasty, I don't understand why Travis Kelce was always open. I just don't understand.
I'm like,
wait, they double him? Like, what? Why is he open?
Right.
To catch and then run? It's one thing. And then we have some plays here and there. The Flowers fumble at the 1. You could say that was a little crazy, but Lamar had nobody to pass to. These guys weren't getting open, unfortunately. Shout out to the Kansas City defense.
That's right.
But every time I looked up, somebody was getting open, mostly Kelsey from Kansas City for your man Mahomes. So he beat the man, which is Lamar Jackson, on the road. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing else. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. He about to win another one, baby. I don't believe San Francisco, even with that defense, I think Kansas City with Kelsey and Mahomes is just too much for me.
Listen, I think you mentioned dynasty, and I know as fans, some could get tired of seeing people win. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, pro wrestling, it's like, I'm tired of seeing this guy win. Can you just take the belt off of him?
You wasn't tired of seeing The Rock win, bro. You wasn't tired of seeing The Rock win. It's
like right now in pro wrestling, you got Roman Reigns. He's been champion for 3 years.
You tired?
Huh?
You tired? Roman Reigns, you tired?
Not me. I'm saying some are.
He said, not me.
Some fed up with him being champion, but it's like, listen, that's more entertainment wise. But in the NBA, you had obviously Chicago Bulls dynasty. You had the Lakers dynasty. In the 2000s. You've had a San Antonio Spurs dynasty. Now, more recently, the Golden State Warriors. And as a fan, are you more like, listen, they're going to keep winning until someone takes them down? Or are you on the flip side of like, man, I'm tired of Steph Curry, man. I'm tired of LeBron. I'm tired of Pat Mahomes. Can somebody beat this guy and beat this team? You got to find a way, because it's like, if you don't beat them now, they're going to be on that trajectory of like, all right, he might get there next year. And the following, like, who's going to stop them? What fan are you? Like, are you tired of dynasties? Do you want to see dynasties keep going?
You quote, and we quote a lot of, listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, It's in the Game podcast. Sir Denny Blanco, Randy J. Cruz. Randy J. Cruz is a huge wrestling fan. Me, not so much. Not since like the beginning of The Rock. That's how long ago I go back, right? Not since then, and I stopped watching. So I'm a little lost in the universe. But We all know if you're a wrestling head like the gentleman across from me, Randy J. Cruz is, to be the man, you have to beat the man. Came from the one of the greatest heavyweight champions of our
Mm,
time, Ric Flair.
that's right.
And when you say beat the man, and you to answer your question directly, no. I love me some dynasties. I love me some consistent winning. You must figure out the code. you must crack the code. Guys, Jordan cracked the Pistons code. You had Kobe cracking the Boston Celtics code. Now, mind you, it's
Mhm.
not legacies, but I'm talking about just the code where it's just like there's a hump you have to go over.
Right.
Okay, whether it's a large legacy. So you could say LeBron and the Heat,
Hmm.
Heatles, cracked the code one year, the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
One year cracked that code, even though San Antonio was like, we should have never been cracked. Came back the next year and won.
Mm.
That one year, two or three, four moves, San Antonio wins that championship. So, yes, you have to figure out ways, guys that are, the Lamar Jacksons, the folks that are getting sent home. They're going to figure out ways to either not put themselves in position to have it where the other team gets to either put up points on the board or et cetera. Because they got shut out the second half. Both teams didn't score second half when it comes to Baltimore and
Hmm.
Kansas City. But Kansas City already did their work the first half. Baltimore couldn't put nothing else on the board. So it was a wrap. It was a
Right.
done deal.
I think for me, I'm a fan of dynasties. Um, I like winners. I like seeing
I like
people
winners.
get to their conference championship, to the
I like winners.
NFC, AFC title game, to the Eastern Conference, Western Conference finals. It builds their aura because if you had taken Jordan down in the '90s, like your aura of like, oh shit, you're the only team, you're the only guy to take out Michael in his prime when it came to the mid '90s, even when he retired. Are you the guy that could take out Shaq and Kobe? That was San Antonio in 03. Like, oh shit, I added to Tim Duncan's and the Spurs aura. When the Cavaliers took out the Warriors down 3-1, it's like, oh shit, that title, like you said last week, that title means a whole lot because look who you took down. Toronto beat the Warriors too, in 2019. So for the Chiefs to it up, for the Chiefs to get there multiple times, uh,
Multiple.
and seeing the one guy to take him out was Joe Burrow. That was the one guy.
Oh, okay. There
That
you
was
go.
the one guy, but Joe Burrow did not win the whole thing. They lost to the Rams, but still, that's the one guy to take out Pat Mahomes and also Tom Brady. Before Casey got on this run, it was Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. So aside from those two guys, we've seen Buffalo, we've seen Baltimore, we've seen Miami. Get them out the way, and now you go into the Super Bowl. If you ask me today, I'm taking Pat Mahomes. I'm taking what I normally see. I'm trusting them because they've been there before. I know San Fran was there a couple years ago against KC, so they're looking for revenge. But it's like you look at an all-time great to a point where it's like if he gets ring number 3, you're already putting him in that Tom Brady conversation. Like, oh, he's better than Brady now, or going to be better than him regardless. And Pat is in year 6.
Hey, win as many as Brady, then we can have a conversation.
He's in
Until
year
then,
6 and about to be in what, his 5th Super Bowl.
that's
Like
okay. That's okay. How many rings Tom Brady got?
Tom got 7.
When you win 7, then you could talk. Just like when I'm saying, or you can have a conversation. The
Mm-hmm.
conversation you have to get close as possible. Kobe got close to Jordan, got himself 5.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a conversation. Curry got himself what, 4?
Yes.
Conversation. You feel me? These are conversations. Shout out to Jordan. He can walk into a room and point to Clyde Drexler and be like, I said no to you. He could point to Charles Barkley. I said no to you.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo John Stockton. I said no to you.
Yeah.
Huh? The list
Yeah.
can. The
And
list
now
is.
Pat is becoming that Jordan. Like Josh Allen may retire without a ring. Lamar Jackson might retire without a ring. Joe Burrow might retire without a ring. like Tua might retire without a ring. Like just taking you out one by one by one is like that adds to your legacy, that adds to your aura. And again, until you beat me, like
Fight back.
Mike retired on top.
Fight back. That's
Got to
all. Fight back.
got to fight back, knock him out. So that game is in 2 weeks. San Fran KC is going to be a hell of a crazy game. We'll see what transpires with that. My next topic will be, listen, we saw MB score 70 last week. We've seen Cat score 62, I believe, or 63. And now you fast forward just a couple of days later, all within a week, you get Devin Booker scoring 62, I believe. And then you get Luka Doncic to 73 against the Atlanta Hawks. The fourth tie for the fourth most points scored in the game by a person in NBA history, breaking all kind of Mavericks records, and it just galore. Like Luka's top four all time as far as scoring points in the game. Just a crazy sight to see how this is the NBA we are in. That you got to get a $130, a $135, $140, guys scoring 70, 60, 50, 50. 70 is the new 50. That's what I keep seeing on social media. 70 is the new 50. If you get 70, oh, it's just crazy. 50 is like, oh, you got 50. 70 is like, wow, you're in that Chamberlain, Kobe kind of, David Robinson, upper echelon type of scoring. But, what were you able to see from Embiid, Luka's, the Cats, the Devin Bookers, and are you a fan of this NBA where you can get 60 at ease, 70 at ease, but does that the counterpart of like is the defense different than what it was?
Is the defense different? Is the defense different than 20 years ago?
I know it is.
No. Let me answer you, please. Yeah. Let me answer you, please. Please let me answer you. Yeah, shit. These guys aren't playing any defense. These guys are stealing money. These 5 years since they tried to make it where we want more points. We want it more exciting. Hey, guys that are paying attention. Hey, the guys that are trying to make the NBA product better. You realize viewership goes up in the playoffs because it's actually best offense versus best defense. You realize that, right? Guys, you realize that, right? So why not have that every single game in the regular season? I know you're like, oh, but what? Who wants people to score? Who wants to see a 90-89 game? I do.
I wouldn't mind that here and there. I wouldn't mind
I do. If there's defense being played and there's offense, interesting enough, you got people like Jordan scoring 45 with great defense. 45, 55 with great defense. Kobe dropping 60-something. Great defense. So,
in three quarters, mind you. Sometimes it'd be 3 quarters.
3 quarters. You dig what I'm saying? Carmelo Anthony. The list goes on and on of great scorers where they're facing great defenses, and it really, truly doesn't matter. There's a game. Well, I mean, you can watch the Cleveland Golden State series when Cleveland's down 3-1. Watch those games. It's tremendous because it's great offense versus great defense. Every possession counts. So now you see these 70-point scores, 60-point scores. Shout out to Luka. I mean,
73 is a fucking lot.
I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot of open shots. That's a lot of open shots. Again, it's just like, yeah, I'm bored. This is boring me. Can somebody please play some defense? And Booker's not surprising as well. Devin Booker scoring his 60 plus. That's not surprising. But Karl Anthony Towns scoring that high is very surprising. But it's the NBA. Shout out to Steve Kerr. There's a lot of fouls going on that aren't really fouls. So that increases the scoring.
For Luka, as you mentioned, 73, the most points in Dallas Maverick history. A new career high, obviously. One of 15 70-point games in NBA history. Tied for fourth on the most points scored in a game. And the most points scored in a game this season. Also, Luka has the most 40-point games before turning 25 since Michael Jordan with 52. So Luka has 37 career 40-point games. He's not even 25 years old. And of course, any record you mention that you can fucking think of, Michael Jordan seems to be there. So Michael had 52 40-point games before the age of 25.
Back to go back to the scoring too. We just saw, obviously the Golden State in Cleveland,
mhm.
and great double overtime game.
Yeah.
There was defense played all over the court. It was defense. It went to double overtime. I mean,
Or you
it
mean
went to.
Lakers and Warriors.
What did I say? I'm sorry.
You say Cleveland, LeBron. So,
I'm saying, yeah. Thank
yeah,
you so much for correcting me. The
no
the, the
problem.
Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, when they just had a great game and
Mm,
defense was played, bro.
yeah.
Defense was played and offense was given. When you got Steph out on the island by himself, clock going
Hmm.
down, 10 seconds left, and AD's out there. Shout out to not for nothing. That's ridiculous now. Shout out to Steve Kerr. I'm talking about. See, I just thought about something. The matchup between when they had AD on an island with Steph and Steph's going to work. I just realized they had Klay Thompson defending LeBron James. Why? Why? They should have had freaking Wiggins on him.
Hmm.
But I'm sure Steve Kerr gets paid millions of dollars. He knows more than me. But I was just like some possessions. I was just like the last couple of possessions. I said, why is
Hmm.
he fading away off an old boy with the red hair? Fading away. I forget his name. It's great. It's great to see
Hmm.
great scoring, but it's great to see great defense.
Yeah. Um, but does it make you, because we don't want to be the people that we grew up in a different era, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and it's like you kind of appreciate anybody at in that time to score 35, 40, 50, 60. Kobe had the 81-point game, and the final score was not even, it was probably 100 to 105 to like 94. Wasn't even 150
Need,
points scored.
needed all 81. Needed all 81, baby.
Needed all 81 against the Toronto Raptors. We seen Mike do it. We seen Melo, the T Max, and just the grace of how they did it against tough defenses back there, not taking nothing away from what you see now. I mean, listen, it's just a product of the NBA now. You just got to get used to it. It's high scoring games and less defense and more scoring. It is what it is, but it just makes you appreciate, seeing those back then score that many points on, like, I'm guarding you from 1 second to the final buzzer. Now it's like, what? Luka had like 65, whatever. Now Atlanta, so you know what? I'm gonna clamp down now in the fourth quarter. Like you should have been doing that in quarter one. My man had like 25, 30 points in the first. Luka had 40 in the first half.
There's a game. Go YouTube this game. There's a game. Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant are playing each other. Guess what they're doing? Guarding each
They're
other.
guarding each other in Orlando.
Every possession. Every single one. No,
Mm,
screen.
yeah,
What? I don't need no screen. Screen.
yeah.
Oh, you need help? Help. It's me and him
Because
tonight.
they wanted that challenge. Like if you're the best, you're the top five, top 10 in the league. In my position, if Cole was the two, and all right, you're the three. Listen, I'm gonna
I got
clamp
to
up.
see you. I got to
I'm gonna
see
guard you,
you.
and you're gonna
And I
guard
got to
me.
see you. That's
Yeah.
it. I got to see you. But we don't live. We're not living in these world. You got point guards not guarding each other.
Hmm.
You got off guards guarding just to save each other, man. Nah, man. We got to go back
Listen,
to the.
man, it's a different NBA. Just got to get used to it. Obviously, you mentioned two quick points. I got it before I forget. I want to give a quick shout out to our boy Hendo, Chris Henderson. Reason being because after the Suns played the Mavericks in Dallas, he caught up with our guy, your guy, Kevin Durant, the genius. I called you a genius. And just asked him. Chris is a big Mount Rushmore question guy. And he asked him, who are your Mount Rushmore of scorers from 2000 and on? So KD, in real time, said, I think he said himself, LeBron, T Mac, and who was the four? I'm drawing a blank.
We all make mistakes, though. He left somebody out. We all make mistakes,
I
though.
left somebody out. It's gonna come
No,
to
no,
me.
no, not you, not you. He did. KD did.
Kobe.
My best friend KD.
It was
Kobe was the
KD,
fourth. Yeah.
KD, Kobe, LeBron, T Mac, and
Yes.
then we see on IG the comments. Carmelo said, "Really?" I mean, since 2000, KD's not technically wrong, but Melo Melo's a bucket getter. AI a bucket getter is obviously you can pick any four, but I'm like to pick four on the whim on the fly. You're bound to leave somebody off, but Carmelo was just a nasty scorer, bro. That's just me. But you can't go wrong with Kobe, T Mac, and
That was his drawing.
LeBron
That was
and
his drawing.
KD.
God, I mean, that was his drawing. That's his mount.
Who
So
would you pick? Who would you pick since 2000?
no,
Score.
he hit it. He hit it. It's a T Mac. I mean, again, T Mac, Mello, T Mac, Mello, Cole. I mean, T Mac,
I
Mello,
would
Cole,
go. I would
KD.
go with Melo over T Mac because I think there's the longevity of Carmelo doing it at a high clip compared to T Mac.
Mm-hmm,
T Mac can
mm-hmm,
fucking score. He led the
mm-hmm.
league in scoring twice at 32 a game. I think Melo did it once, but Melo was a consistent 25, 26, 28, 29, blah, 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 blah. It's like 15 straight years. Like, damn. Like, if you look
Light
at the
work,
numbers, you'll be
light
shocked.
work.
It's light work. That's why, you look at, I saw somebody question on Twitter the other day when Luka was doing 73, and I kind of agree. Is saying like, all right, how much would prime Kobe average today? How much prime T Mac would average today? How much prime Jordan would average today? How much prime Carmelo Anthony would average today? If you see Luka getting 73 and Embiid 70 and Towns 62 and Booker 60 plus, like let's be realistic. How much I said Jordan averaging 40 plus, and that's no lie because you know why? I look at the numbers. We do our research. Jordan in the first before he retired the first time in 93, 28 as a rookie, by the way, 22, 37, 35, 33, 34, 32, 30, 33. In the second go around from 96 to 98, 27, 30, 29, and 29. So you mean to tell me a prolific 30-point scorer in the 90s can get 10 more points a game in the 2020s? How much is Jordan averaging today? I said 40 plus.
Conservatively, 54.2. Come on, bro. 54.2 conservatively. You
Got it.
mean conservatively? Like like you gotta free throws, attacking the rim and ones. Then he's gonna develop a 3-point shot, which he had already.
Now that
Okay.
would have been the very interesting thing to see if Michael getting the acclimated to the 3-point game because that wasn't his strong suit in the 90s. He's more back you down, fade away, pull up. He'll hit a couple threes. He's not like what Cole was doing or Steph and all that. He'll get a couple threes, but if Jordan made 3 or 4 threes a game, your man's averaging 40 a game.
Again, all you have to do is just hit four.
Four.
12 points. Yeah, just hit
Listen,
four.
man, Malik Beasley can make four. Michael Jordan can hit four. How much Kobe averaging today?
55.3.
So he's averaging more than Jordan. Okay.
Yeah, he's averaging more than Jordan because I mean this is his era,
Mm-hmm.
of and we're talking about prime Kobe, you know what I mean? 55 light work. It's not even a question because he's already developed the long distance three, finishing with either hand. His
Mm-hmm.
footwork's impeccable, his mid range is undeniable. Yeah, it's not even a question because these guys are equipped to score
Mm-hmm.
during any generation.
Yeah, I mean the rules have changed. The hand checking, the defense, everything favors the offense. Everything favors the scorers. T Mac and Melo can probably get 35 a game, 37 a game. They're going to get majority of the minutes. So, um, speaking of scoring, KD as of today is now a top 10 scorer in the NBA history. He's number 10. Congrats, KD. And signs point to him passing both Carmelo and Shaq at some point this year. Obviously, if KD does not get hurt along the way, he could end up at number 8 all time on the scoring list. So shout out KD, all time GOAT for me. Also during the week we had the All Star starters. So I know that was a very big topic we had last week. Me pulling for Brunson. Obviously, I think Brunson's going to make it. Me pulling for him to be a starter, but ultimately it will be Dame Lillard, Tyrese, Giannis, Embiid, and Jason Tatum for the Eastern Conference. In the West, you got Luka, Shea Gilgeous, LeBron, Jokic, and Kevin Durant. So, are you in line with what the fans voted, or did you feel obviously with the fan vote they could have voted for somebody more?
No, I think you got it right on all three sides. I
Mm-hmm.
told you, I tweeted you, I sent out a pigeon, a homing pigeon. You didn't respond to none of my messages that I sent you about me being right.
Sorry.
But I told you, I said as a starter, you have Tyrese Halliburton and Dame sitting right there. So to have Jalen Brunson be a starter as an all-star in the East was going to be tough. So he's going to be voted in.
Well, the
God
initial
bless.
thing was you said him making it was going to be tough. Not I knew a starter was going to be tough. Him making it and what his production has been showing, I think there's no way you leave him off entirely. So that was
Yeah,
the point I
this.
was trying to make.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the once again, the concept was what was the Knicks going to have a were the Knicks going to have a better record than the Cavs for Donovan Mitchell, and then
Mm-hmm.
obviously your Trey Youngs
Yeah,
down the cellar
Donovan,
dweller.
Donovan was starter last year.
Yeah,
Donovan,
yeah, I forget who. I don't know. Was it Darius? No, I'm
no,
sure somebody will
Donovan,
correct us. I'm sure somebody will correct us for next
of
last year.
course.
But yeah, no, yeah, they got it right, but they'll get the. They should literally have Wardell as a starting point guard for the West until further notice.
Well, that's where Shea Gilgis comes in because ain't nobody beating Luka. No, that's you forget that. The other guard, which I thought Steph was going to make it, but if you look at it, Shea Gilgis he started last year too over Steph. So Steph, if
Back to back years.
I'm
Well, again,
mistaken,
that goes to show you that they're looking at the record. The Thunder's number one team in the West
the
right now.
record and Shea being in the MVP conversation, Thunder is top 2, top 3 in the West. So now the tide is turning for the Shea Gilgis hive to be like, oh no, this the new wave. Steph is gonna make it. He could be on the bench now, but now it's gonna be Luka until Luka and Shea Gilgis go to a different conference until further notice. It's gonna be Luka and Shea.
And that's what's crazy. Yeah, I mean, obviously for vote getting, I mean, because Luka's what the Mavericks are eighth, and he's a starter. You
Yeah,
dig what I'm saying?
yeah.
So Luka again, it doesn't help that he dropped 70 the other day. drops 70s is like he's like so Luka, is it easier to score here or overseas? It's like oh, it's here.
Mhm.
It's easy to score
Yeah,
here. It's this is nothing. This is baby. He said this is baby. This is nothing.
and I
Die.
think you got to pick 7 reserves. Who are your reserves? Which will be announced this week coming up. So, who you think will make the East off the bench?
I mean,
Got to pick 7.
why you gonna have me? You ain't gonna have me pick the seven off the bench.
Yeah.
Seven off the bench.
Oh, you want to start with the East or West? Who you want to
No,
start
we
with?
go east. We'll go east. Let me go.
Let me go right.
Brown. Brown got to make it right.
All right, Jalen
Brown got to
Brown.
make it right. Right? You got to make it right.
We put in
We already got
Brunson. Put in Brunson.
no Brunson Brown. That's 2, right?
You put in Donovan.
3. Tyrese Maxey. 4.
Bancaro. Bancaro. Oh, you iffy on Bancaro?
Yeah, Ben Carroll. Yes,
Are
Ben
we
Carroll.
are we putting
How many is that?
that's 5, you got 2 more. Are we putting Bam out of bio?
Yes.
And you are down to 1 more. And I'm Trey,
Trey.
Jalen Brown, Brunson, Spider Mitchell, Maxi, Bancaro, Bam, and Trey Young to make the listen.
No bigs.
Now
No bigs.
I know he just got hurt, but I think Randall has a strong chance of making it, even though he may not play. But
That's why I didn't even mention his name. Like, shout out to Randall. God bless. It's just looks like it's no tear. He'll be back in a couple weeks. That'll be great for you Knicks fans. I was praying for you guys, and my prayers have been answered. So you only have a couple games to hold it down before
so
he gets
in
back.
the event Brandon was to make it, even though he's not going to play, and they'll bring a sub for him. Who's the one guy you are like, Randall can get in for X?
Trey Young's off.
Trey Young, wow.
We already got guards. Already, and he's coming from Atlanta, which is right now the 10th seed versus the Knicks, which is the 4th.
So you're basing this on record
And stats.
and Trey
So
Young,
if your stats,
27, 11, and 3 on 43% shooting.
that's Trey
Trey Young, 27, 11, and 3.
on 43% shooting.
Yes.
Continue.
Who else you want to know?
No. I mean that's. I mean, again, Randall's probably a little lower with boards. 25.
Yeah, Randall
25
Randall's 25, 9, and 5 on 47%.
on 47%. So shoots better percentage from the field and is on the team that's winning more. It's Randall. Yeah.
So who you have for the Western Conference? I would assume Ant-Man.
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 Kawhi.
Okay. Are you going Devin Booker?
Hold on, slow down. I'm going top to bottom. This is how I'm doing. I'm looking at the top going down. I'm not going bottom up. No, yeah.
Ant-Man,
You're bugging. I'm
Ant-Man, Kawhi.
Right now I'm at Sacramento. Fox.
Okay.
Katie's a star. Booker.
D-Book.
Right, 6, right?
You had 4.
Okay, yeah, 6. But nobody from Pelicans.
Really?
Yeah, nobody from Pelicans.
Nobody. What's the Pelican record?
I mean, Steph has to come, right?
True.
Steph has to come, right? Because Steph's not a starter, so Steph has to be on there. I just realized, like, wait, Steph's not coming.
Weird, right?
Put him on there. Because they're all the 12th seed, so I'm just like, crap, the 12th seed, but it's Steph. So how many I got?
You got 5: Ant-Man, Kawhi, Fox, D-Book, Steph. You need 2 more.
All right, I need 2 more. So this is okay. One, somebody may think I'm crazy on the 1 pick. You know what? I'm gonna throw out 2 bigs. There's a lot of guards. I'm gonna throw out 2 bigs. Oh wait, Cat. We didn't say Cat, right?
You put Cat, okay.
I don't want to put Cat. I say
we didn't say Cat. Question mark Cat. You still got 2 more.
No. The 2's gonna be Cat. And my last one, a lot of people may think I'm crazy for this. Sagoon from Houston. Your face.
I like him.
Unless you're gonna give me somebody else that can replace him, which is very easy for you. Go ahead.
West.
Yeah, replace him with somebody else who's playing as good as he is. I know they're 11th seed, but name somebody who's playing. I'm seeing him give everybody work. Everybody.
So would you put Ann Davis on there?
What, Ant-Man? Didn't I say
Yeah,
Ant-Man?
that's Anthony Edwards. I'm talking about Ant Davis from like
And Davis is not starting. And Davis is not starting.
he's averaging 25, 12, and 4 on 55% shooting.
Yeah, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis should be on that list. So Anthony Davis, Ant-Man, Steph, Darren Fox,
D Book,
um,
Cat.
D-Book, and Cat.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think about if we're
That's
missing
fair.
anybody else
No,
that you have
no.
the standings in front of you. The West.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Read them
do.
off to me.
In the West, we got Thunder at 32 and 14. They're tied with Timberwolves for the number one spot, 32 and 14.
Wow.
Third is Clippers for 30 and 14. No Clippers have been selected as starters currently, or I don't have them. I think I have Kawhi. Did I pick Kawhi? I think I picked
Yes,
Kawhi,
you
right?
did.
Yeah, he's the only one coming. Denver's at 32 and 15. Apparently, they're fourth because the other three teams
Mm-hmm.
must have beaten them. Kings is fifth, 26 and 18. Suns, 26 and 20. Even with all the struggling, they're sixth. Pelicans, 26 and 20. Mavericks, 25 and 21. Then the Lakers, the Jazz, the Rockets, and then the Warriors.
The Warriors are last.
The Warriors are 12th.
Wow.
Well, you think they've been playing without Draymond
No,
for a
I'm saying
minute.
I
So,
just didn't know they were all the way down there.
yeah, they're all the way down there. I mean, Clay's been having a terrible season. Steph's the only guy really going to work. Kuminga's coming up strong. Wiggins hasn't been giving them what they need to get from him. So
The only one I would say before we wrap up, the only one I would say that can compete for the final spot, I do agree, Ant Man, somebody from the Clippers, I would say Kawhi, could be Paul George. I don't know.
no, no.
Fox, Book, Steph, Cat. Now it could be AD. That's one. Could it?
Yeah, I already said AD coming.
Yeah. Could it be someone from the Pelicans?
No,
Zion. I'm just throwing out there.
no, no,
Um,
no.
maybe the Clippers.
Hell
Maybe the
no.
Clippers get two guys, Kawhi and Paul George.
Yeah, they probably will, but I won't support it.
Wow.
I won't support it. Yeah. I mean, keeping it 1,000. Got to keep it 1,000. Yeah, I'm not gonna support it because it's this is legit.
Mm-hmm.
This is an all star,
Right.
and I'm gonna vote you in. You got to at least I know Kawhi. He's been playing great this
Yeah.
year, and he hasn't been hurt. He hasn't been out.
No,
So,
no, Wemby.
no, not this year, Playboy. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you in next year.
Okay,
We get you in next year.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
Your numbers are dope. But we can't play for 10 minutes for an all star slot. No, thank you.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Wemby makes the roster.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked either. I wouldn't be shocked, but he's not getting my vote. Not this year, but next
Yeah,
year
that's
though.
crazy,
For
man.
sure.
That's crazy.
What's crazy? What's crazy?
He's not getting my vote. He's not getting my vote. Like,
Yeah, he's not getting my vote because before you know what? Let me give him D-Books. Let me give him D-Book spot. See how that works.
Never.
Oh, now you saying never. See what I'm
I'll give
saying?
him Sengun spot. I give him Sengun spot.
And there we have it.
There you go.